So far in this unit, we've talked about how the environment have affected where and how people live. We've reviewed the regions of the United States and what makes each of them unique. Today, we're going to talk about how the Native Americans adapted to their environment and used what natural resources they had in order to survive. So by the end of today's lesson, you should be able to tell me how did the Native Americans adapt to their environments. Some of our key vocabulary words for today include natural resources, adaptation, grasslands, deserts, mountains, and Arctic ice fields. If you take a look at your guided notes, you can see what notes you are going to be answering today while you watch this video. So let's go ahead and get started. After the last ice age, there were changes in the climate. This affected the plants and animals found in each area. A variety of natural environments appears across North America. Over time, early American Indians settled in areas that differed greatly from one to another. One feature of an environment is its climate. The climate can support certain kinds of vegetation or plant life, animals that are able to live in the climate and eat the plants that thrive there. An environment also has natural resources. These include soil, water, timber from trees, and minerals such as copper. Things that people and animals eat are natural resources too. The early American Indian tribes migrated across North America. They settled in many different types of environments. In each place, people survived by adapting their ways of life. They used what was around them in nature to build homes, make clothes, and find food. Their homes and clothing fit their climate. There are 4 different types of environments that the early American Indians adapted to. One environment American Indians lived in was the grasslands. Some grasslands in North America got only enough rain to support different types of grasses. Most trees and bushes needed more water to survive. In this environment, the Native Americans relied heavily on the animals that lived there, like buffalo, deer, antelope, and bears. A second type of environment American Indians settled in was the desert. Deserts get very little rain. People living in the desert areas most often had to dig wells and ditches to get enough water for drinking and for raising crops. Some American Indians also lived in the mountain ranges. The mountains of North America get lots of rain and snow. The tops of the mountains have little to no plant life. Forests of pine, fir, and spruce often grew below the highest points on the mountains. Other groups settled in Arctic ice fields. Earth's Arctic region is near the North Pole. Here, huge ice sheets of ice covered the land for most of the year. In this harsh environment, American Indians hunted whales, seals, polar bears, birds in order to survive. They had to use every piece of animal in order to survive. Most American Indians chose areas that were rich in natural resources. These environments had mild climates and plenty of food and water. A few groups stayed in regions where resources were scarce. Life was hard in these places, such as the desert of the Southwest or the icy Arctic region. This is an image of an Inuit family. They sit in front of a camp at Plova Bay near northern Alaska. Inflated sealskins hang from wooden poles on the tent frame. How did this Inuit family adapt to their cold environment in the Arctic ice fields? Go ahead and pause the video, and when you have answered your question, go ahead and hit continue. All right, now what you're going to do in your notes, now that you've finished, make sure that you show them to me so that you can go ahead and move on to your practice. You're going to be looking at a couple of different documents that involve Native Americans, and you're going to tell me what you see, what resources were there, how you think they use those resources, and if it could be used year-round. Good job.